Hey guys, welcome to the easiest tutorial on YouTube on how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. By the end of this tutorial, you should be able to solve the cube really easily and no longer see this as a struggle. And you can also solve it in a matter of minutes or even seconds. And you have any problems or troubleshooting on the cube, check the description as I did put a lot of information on what you could run into. Or if it's not there or you just plainly don't get it, ask me in the comments and I'll try my best to reply to everyone in the comments. So with that being said, I would greatly appreciate you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and let's get started with the Rubik's Cube tutorial. Alright, before we actually get into the method, we need to understand how the cube works and the basics of the Rubik's Cube. So most people think of the Rubik's Cube by sides, but we can actually think of it as layers, and this is the best way to think of it while I was learning it. So a Rubik's Cube has 3 layers, as you can see, 1 layer, 2 layer, and 3 layers. And another thing you need to know is the Rubik's Cube has 3 types of pieces. There are corners, edges, and center pieces. These pieces here are the corner pieces. They only have 3 colors, only 3, no more and no less. There are 8 corners throughout the whole Rubik's Cube, 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. These pieces right here are edge pieces. There are only 12 of them throughout the cube and they only have 2 colors on them, no more and no less. And lastly, these in the middle here are center pieces. There are 6 of them on the cube and then you have 1 color, and their job is to define which side is which color, because these guys never move on the cube. So no matter how much I scramble this, the red is always opposite of orange, green is always opposite of blue, and white is always opposite of yellow. Okay, I hope you understand the basics, and let's get started with solving the Rubik's Cube. Okay, so the first step on solving the Rubik's Cube is to build a white cross. So what you want to do is find any piece with a white on it, but it has to be the edge pieces. So this is not it, this is corner. You have to find pieces like this. So this one, and these ones are the ones you want to find. So what you want to do is just pick any random white edge piece. So let's pick this one for example. This is a white piece. You want to look at the other colors, and this is a red. So what you want to do is rotate this until it matches a red center like this. So like this one, white and red matches with the red center like that. Now what you want to do is just move this white piece into the white center without moving away from the red center. So just like this. So it's connected to the red and it's also connected to the white. So let's find another white edge piece. So let's choose this one. This one is a white and orange. So orange and orange is over here. We're gonna move that into here. So let's move this up like this and move it towards the orange so it mirrors up. Now all we want to do is move this white down into the bottom, into the white center. And just like that. Now let me show you a little case that might be a little bit harder for you. So this is the piece or a case when we have the white edge piece flipped from the color we want to go to. So if this is a green, we want this green to end up here, but this edge is flipped. So how we can solve this piece is by doing this. So hold your white piece facing you, make sure it's facing you and the white center is on top. So what you want to do is move this to the bottom like this. Just move it to that side. Now you want to move this piece, where this side with the white piece up. So there it pairs up. Now you might have moved out a piece right here, but don't worry, we'll fix that later. We're going to put this piece back in like this and move this whole piece back to solve the edge. And finally, another hard thing you might encounter is your edge up here and it's flipped. So what we want to do is just basically, it's kind of the same as last time. So we want to put this down into the bottom layer like this. Make sure the white's facing you and the white center is on top. Move this to the side. Then you want to move this layer with this white edge into the blue or into whatever color your one is. Now we can move this piece in and make sure you check if you moved out a piece. In my case it did. Move this piece back and now you have a solved white cross. In addition to a solved white cross, you should have the matching colors on each side. Alright, congratulations, this is the second step. This is the step where we solve the white side as well as the first layer on the Rubik's Cube. So here's what you want to do. You want to find a random white corner. Any corner with a white on it, this is what you want to choose. So let's choose this one. Once you chose the white corner, look at the other 2 colors. This one is a green and orange corner. So you want to move that into the space it where it's to go. But how do you define it? Remember the centers. Centers define where pieces go. So orange and green, let's move it between the orange and green centers, which is right here, green and orange. Now once you find the center, what you want to do is hold the corner on the right side of the cube like this. And let's repeat these 4 moves over and over until this corner ends up here and the white is facing there. So these are the 4 moves. remember these. Move this side up, move the top, move this side down, and move the top back. Let's do that again. Move this side up, move the top, move this side down, and move the top back. Let's keep doing it until this white ends up back here. Move it up, move this down, and move the top back. Move it up, move this out, move this down, and move the top back. Let's do it one more time. Move this up, move this in, move this down, and move the top back. As you can see, we solved the white piece, and these two colors are lined up as well. Okay, let's choose another white corner, and let's choose this one. So this one is already between the two colors we needed because this is a red and blue piece, and it's between the blue and red centers, meaning this is the correct spot. We don't need to move it anymore. So all we want to do is do the same 4 moves over and over until this piece ends up back here again. Move this up, move the top, move this down, and move the top back. Keep repeating it. Repeat it again, and again, and one last time. And there you go, we got the white piece here, and these two colors align like that. So let's pick another corner. We have a white corner here, but this one has a red and green on the sides too. So let's move this between the red and the green center, so which is right here. So we just do that 4 move insert once again. And this time I inserted 1 shot, which is pretty good. So there we go, this is solved, no need to do more. Now you might run into a case like this where the white corners is actually in the correct slot or in a different slot, but it's not on the top piece here. So what you want to do just to take this corner out is by doing the same 4 moves. It's basically simple, just do the 4 moves again. Like that, and again we took the corner out. Now we just do the 4 moves again and make sure it's between the 2 right centers. So again, orange and blue, make sure it's between these 2. This is correct, and let's do the 4 moves over and over until this white piece here ends up in the bottom here. And just like this, your entire white layer is solved. And to make sure it's actually solved, if you flip it around, you will see a small T on each side representing the colors. Congratulations, you move on to the 3rd step, which is the 2nd layer. Now this part is a little bit tricky, but bear with me, it should be really easy, and I'll explain it really slowly for you guys. So what you want to do for this step is to find an edge piece without any yellow. So this one is a good candidate, this one is also a good candidate. This one's also good, but this one is a bad piece because it has yellow on it. So you want to pick any edge piece like these on the top with no yellow. So for example, let's choose this one right here. So what you want to do is look at the front color. So like this, just look at the front color. In my case, it's blue. What you want to do is just align this with the blue center like that. And now we're going to look at the top color. So this one is a red. So this is a blue and red edge piece. Now what you want to do is look where this edge piece has to go. Does it go to the left or does this go to the right? So considering the top is red and it's blue, this piece goes here because the red center is on the right, not on the left. So if your edge piece has to go here, this is what you want to do. Just remember these simple moves, it should be really easy. Move the top away from the side, so move it away from where you want it to go. Move this corner or this side up. Move this back, so pair this blue back here. And just solve the cross back again, so move this big thing back down. Now what you want to do is turn the cube to the side that you need the piece to go, so this side is red. Move the entire top over, so this is the blue piece we want to remember. Now you want to move the opposite side, this side up. And just move this entire layer back and fix this white layer back here to move it down. And as you can see, we got the blue and red edges between the correct centers. Let's choose another edge piece. So this one is a good candidate. It doesn't have yellow on it. So let's look at the side here. This is a green piece. So we're gonna rotate it to the green center, like that. When we're in the green center, we wanna define where this edge goes. Does it go to the right or does it go to the left? Now let's look at the top color. This is a red. This time, this one goes to the left because the red center on this time is on the left side. So if it's on the left this time, you want to do basically the opposite of what we did last time. So instead of moving it this side, we're going to move away to this side. Then we're going to bring this side up. Move this edge back so we can pair it back with the green. And fix this white layer here. So there we go, we got that. Now rotate to the color we want this edge to go to, which is red. Turn this top up. So we move this edge over here, facing the red. Bring this layer up. Move this entire block back, and move this layer back down to fix the white. And here you have it, we got the edge in between the red and green centers. Now, one incident you might actually run into is you don't have any other edge pieces on top that don't have yellow on it. So all of here have yellow on it, but your middle layer is still actually not solved yet. This is the only time you want to pick a yellow edge. So let's just choose any yellow edge. This doesn't really matter, just choose a random edge, and you can insert it into either side. So let's insert it into this side over here. So to insert on this side, we move the top to the opposite side where we're going to go. Move this side up, move the top here back, move this side down to fix those white. Move it over here, move the top, move this side up, move the top layer back, and fix the white. So what you essentially done here is put the yellow edge in here, but you also kicked out a piece with no yellow on top. So now we can use this piece to solve the cube as well. So let's solve this piece. Looking at this piece on this side, the front is orange. So let's move it to the orange center right here. Now let's define where this edge goes. Does it go here or here? Looking at the top, this is a green piece. So this one actually ends up over here. So again, if it's to this side, we go to the opposite. So let's move this away from it. Move this layer up. Move this piece back to pair with the orange. And move this whole layer back down. Now we switch to the side we need this edge to go to, which is the green. So we switch to the green. Now we move the top here so we can pair this orange piece with here. Move this up. Move the entire piece back. Now just fix the white piece. And just like that, we have solved the piece over here. Now we only have one middle piece here left. And let's look around, and it's right here. So this one facing here is orange, so let's move it to the orange. And this is the last piece. Should be really easy to define as all the other pieces solved, and there's only one place this would go, which is over here this time. So if it goes to the right, we're gonna move it to the left, or away from the piece. Move this side up, move it back so we can pair it up, move this back down. So now we have that. Move it to the blue side because we want the blue here to go there. Move it out here. Bring this whole layer up, move this piece back, and then fix the white. And there you go, we have the second layer solved as well as the white preserved. Alright, congratulations on the first 3 steps. We're on to the 4th step now. And this step's main goal is to build a yellow cross on top, like how we built a white cross on the bottom. So here is where it gets a little bit tricky. Again, bear with me, I'll try to explain it as clearly and as simply as possible so you guys don't get messed up. So here we have one of the 3 cases you might get. To recognize the 3 cases, cover all the corners and top, and this is what a case you should get. This is an L shape. You might get this case right now. So if you have an L shape right now, just follow what I'm gonna do. And if you don't have an L shape, keep watching because I'm gonna explain those other shapes next. So you wanna just put the L like this, make sure it's facing to here. And you wanna follow how my hands move and just try to memorize this sequence of move. So the first step is to move the front layer like this, like that. Move the front here. Move the top layer out. Bring this side up. Move the top back. Move this layer back down. And just fix the front we did. So move the front back. And here is our end goal, a yellow cross. Now here's a second variant you might get, and this is a bar. So again, ignore the corners and just look at this. You will get a bar. So what you want to do for a bar is just to hold it horizontally like this. So like that. Don't hold it like this, hold it like this, or like this. So don't hold it like that, hold it like that. So what you want to do is following my hand. Move the front, move this side, move the top over, move this side down, and move the top back. So move it back here, and restore the front piece by moving it back. And there we have it, a yellow cross. Now the last variant you might get is a yellow dot in the center, so no other yellow pieces on top, just a yellow dot, or you might have some corners here, but that doesn't really matter. Again, corners don't count in this round. So if you just have a dot, a yellow center here, you want to hold it, just hold it anywhere. This is the time you don't really matter, just hold it anywhere, and you follow my hands on what you do. Move the front, move this side, move the top over, move this down, move the top back, and fix the front like here. Now, you should get this L shape, which we explained at the first step. Move it so the L is facing here. Now just do this. Move the front, move the top, move this R, so this layer, move the top back, move this layer back down, and move this front back here. Now you see a yellow cross. Alright, now moving on to the fifth step, this is when we want to make the yellow cross like how we make the white cross. So if you remember the white cross, we had to make each side of these line up the colors. We have to do the same with the yellow cross. So this is the one case you might get. You have two cases you might get here. One of them is both diagonal would solve the corner to solve edges, so these two only solved, and no matter how much I turn, I can only get two solved by a horizontal. Another one is where you have two solved here and the other two are switched. So in my case, I'll show you my case first, which is like that. So to solve the case like this, you want to hold it so the solved two pieces are in the front and the back, and follow what my hands do. Move this right, move the top over, move the right down. Move the top, move the right, and restore this entire piece back with two turns, and move this back here. So we solved the white, and now we still preserve the cross, but we solved it into this case. The second case, we basically use that case to solve it into this case, and then we solve it all at once. Now what you want to do is to move it over here, so you put the two at the back. So put the two solved to the back, and do this same algorithm. And just like this, we can move it over, and now we have solved the edges, so they line up. Congratulations, this is the sixth case. We're almost done. One more step left after this, and you have a solved Rubik's Cube. So this is the step where we have to put all the corners in the right spot. So let's look at this one. This is obviously in the right spot. It's even solved. So this is a blue and orange, and it's correct, and the yellow is even oriented correctly. So this is a good corner. It's already solved. Let's look at this one. This one is not solved. The reason why it's not solved is not because the yellow isn't here, it's because the corner is not even in the correct position. This corner actually belongs over here. The reason why is because these two colors, orange and green centers, that's why it belongs here. And look at this corner here, it's in the wrong spot, it's hogging this spot, this piece's place. This one actually belongs here because green and red and green. This goes here. And again, this was hogging that piece of space, this one actually goes here because red and blue, and these two centers are red and blue, so this one actually goes here. So what you want to do for this case is hold one of the solved corners. If you don't have any solved corners, don't worry, I'll show you the different case next. You want to hold one of the solved corners like this. Now what you want to do is move the solved corner to here. Now you want to do this. Move this side up, move the top. Now we want to move this side up, move the top back, move this side down, move this side back here, and solve this white piece back here. Let's look around. Still not solved yet, so we're going to do that again. Move the top over, so preserve this solved piece. Move this up, move this out. Now we move this side up, move this back, and move this side back down to solve the white, and move this top here, and move this back down. Now as you can see, the pieces are in the correct spot, and one of them even got solved, which is really good. Now what if you're like this case? None of the corners are in the correct spot, so you might have this case here. This one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes there, and that one goes here. So none of them in the right spot. This is also really simple. You just do the basic algorithm I just showed you before on this specific case. So we do this. Move this side up, move the top over, move this side up, move this side back, move this down, move this side here, and move that down. Now don't get too excited yet, because the yellow might seem solved for certain cases, but all your corners are still not solved yet. You only have one solve here. So again, you want to put the solve over here, move it to the side so we preserve it. Now we do the same algorithm. Move this up, move it to here. Move that side up, move that back, bring this down, move this over, and move this back. So we still haven't solved it yet. We're going to do it again. Move this over here to preserve it. Move this side up, move this over, move this side up, move this back, bring this side down, move it over, and move it back here. Now all your corners are solved, which is what we want. Alright guys, you made it far. This is the last step. Don't F it up, because if you do, you just scrambled up your whole cube and have to do this whole tutorial again. This is where we put the yellows into the top here, so make sure all the corners are flipped right, and then you have solved the Rubik's Cube. Congratulations, You made it far, and we're here. Now, some of you lucky folks out there might have already solved the cube, mainly because you might get a lucky case where all the corners are flipped for you, so you skipped the entire last step. But I really hope you watch this step too, because if you do scramble the cube and you solve it and you don't get that lucky, you will end up here and you don't know what to do. So please keep watching. Now, what you want to do is to put the yellow facing the bottom, so facing the good luscious white layer that is solved. Now what you want to do is just do the 4 moves. If you don't remember, the 4 moves is what we use to solve the white corners. So this is the last step. Don't F it up. Please watch carefully. This is what you do. You want to do the 4 moves until this yellow ends up over here. That's one time. Let's do it again. And that's second time. That ends up here. Don't worry if you see the white messed up, it will eventually get solved. Now what you want to do is move this bottom layer over to a piece that is not solved. So this one is not solved yet. We're going to do the 4 moves again. And again. And there we have it. This one is in. Let's move it over to the last and final corner. This is the big moment. Your cube will be solved after this. 1, 2. And there you have it. Fix the bottom, and there you go. You have solved the Rubik's Cube. Wow, congratulations. You finally solved the Rubik's Cube. Pat yourself on the back, show your friends, and show your family this amazing skill you have to solve the cube that was invented over 40 years ago. If you think this tutorial helped you, I would greatly appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, and again, if you haven't, hit the like button, and check out some other tutorials I have, like solving a one-handed, which is also really impressive. So that is it for this tutorial, and there will be 2 more videos that you might like on screen right now, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!